Hello.
Hello, Uber.
Yeah. Hello. Hi.
I'm audible, right?
Yeah, yes. We gone through the points what we discussed in the last class.
Yes, Akbar, but this project is there, right? Akbar, like ML and ML, for both ML and MLOps project,
Mm.
like what is the major difference, Akbar? Like this only MLOps project will only deploy in the pipeline. That is the major difference, right?
Mm.
But in the ML project, we'll be creating a PKL file and we'll be having that file in our local system only, right?
Yes.
So that we won't host anywhere, but this file will deploy in the pipe.
Yes.
Okay, good, okay. But both these files can be used in that fabric.
Yeah, you can use.
Okay. But I have one more doubt. If we are hosting this in the, we'll create a pipeline, right?
Mm.
Can we directly host this in the fabric itself?
Yeah.
Okay.
So did you gone through that projects, whatever we have?
Yes, sir, but I've gone through this project.
Okay. So at least you got some idea. I may not
Yes, sir, but I've got some idea like the insights. I've got some idea like what I have to do in these projects. Like what are the steps I have to create? What are the things I have to do? I've just got some idea about that.
get that uh, Power BI project is very simple only.
Yes, sir. This fabric is also a simple one, right? We have to use a synapse
Yes. That is you need you can add some more thing. Actually, we are not going
in depth.
detailed. Yeah, it's the basic version we we are using. And after that, if you want, we can go with
So we can add some more things. You're just telling it, right?
yeah. Actually, that is not. So this is actually the your Power BI project. Okay,
Oh, oh,
so it's going to have a e-commerce data set. So I showed you some sample banking project in the last session, right?
yes, sir.
So this is your retail e-commerce data set. So if you have any data set, then straight away it is nothing but Power BI project is very simple. Just you can have different okay using different types of filters, and you try to get the different analysis of the data. Okay,
Oh,
whether are you able to see different analysis, different charts, right?
yes, sir.
So even different depending on your requirement, you can add this. So this is a simple dashboard, what we can see here. Okay, this is the data set. If you want, I'll share this retail
Oh,
sales data set.
oh,
Okay, so it is almost having 1,000 rows. It is having. Okay, in every row again, we are going to have 9 columns. and these are the relationships. Okay, and this is the data set dashboard. Okay, this is
Mobile view.
okay, mobile view. If you want, you can enable. So as of now, I'm not using mobile view. I'm using only the computer view only. Okay.
Oh,
So depending on the type of the attribute, you can see the dashboard is going to be changing, right? So you can take, if you want, you can take couple of data sets. If you have any data sets are available, you can take some large data sets and you can come up with this type of dashboard, various dashboards. Okay, you can try to use different filters and you can see how the data is going to be changed. Understood?
yes, Akbar.
So even in the last uh, session, I showed you one more. So that is how to work with some banking. This banking dashboard I showed you. Yeah, the banking analysis. This is one more. Once you want, I'll share these two so that you can refer once for getting more understanding of what is happening in Power BI. So the
Okay.
data set, whatever we are going here, the only thing is we have a couple of pages in a single dashboard, and we try to use it. So this is a summary, and this is a home. Okay. In home again, if you want, you can filter different columns. Let's say as per the requirement, if I use male, then it's going to give me the analysis as per the male. And if I given as female, so it's going to give me the analysis as per the female. Similarly, this is a loan analysis, deposit analysis. Summary. Okay. So this is a loan analysis. So that just depending on your requirement, you try to change the values of different attributes. Accordingly, the dashboard and the appearance, look and feel of the dashboard is going to be changed, right?
Okay.
Even deposit analysis.
Akbar, I have one more doubt in this.
Yeah,
How did you make this dynamic, Akbar? On the above, you have to tab right, home, loan analysis, and data.
yeah.
How did you make that dynamic? What was the DAX used?
So it's a dynamic means now it is dynamic only, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Based on your dashboard, okay, can make it as dynamic.
Okay.
So once I'll share this. Do you have this uh, Power BI in your system?
Yes, Akbar.
Of course, I'm having only the basic version only.
Oh,
So I'm not having this advanced version.
oh,
If you want, even I'll share this so that straight away once you check whether it is working in your computer or not.
okay.
So I shared this with the Power BI file. Okay, I hope you received. Once you can uh, open this in your system, let me know if you have any queries.
Yes, Akbar, I'll just check it. Yes, Akbar, it's working.
Okay. Yeah, same thing. If you want, I'll share even this one as well.
Okay.
This is the data set. Okay, so even once you try this,
Okay.
so depending on your data set, you can do any type of visualization and Power BI. It is not that much of important.
It's working, Akbar.
Okay, now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Only the thing is you need to go through it once actually the data set is this is the data set. Okay, the banking data set.
I think if we only use retail, it will be best, right?
Yeah, 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 yes, yes. Retail only for your understanding. I've
Understanding.
given that. Okay. Retail only. Actually, you're supposed to use this retail only. This one only. Okay. As your domain is relating to detail
Okay.
retail domain, so you need to, even if you want, you can do couple of projects and retail as well to get more understanding. As I mentioned again, It's may not be understand everything with these projects as you are keeping some experience. So better
Okay.
to go with some more data sets and you find some other useful data sets in e-commerce or retail domain.
Okay.
Try to see how the dashboard is going to be varied according to your domain. You can go with some couple of data sets.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so that is one thing. So this loan default prediction already, I think it is already we discussed, right? Any doubts in that? ML project, loan default prediction.
Akbar, this loan prediction, we are using a regression over here, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So if you want to do is a classification, we will use 0 and 1, right? Is loan is approved, or like we can do it like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
So even you can do it in different ways. One way is so its main purpose is to make the credit department simplifying the decision making process for a credit department, right?
Yes.
So that we'll try to use a classification model we can use. Even if you want regulation model, you can use. So basically, we can use classification model to predict the client who are going to take the loan on default.
Okay. In classification, we can use random forest, right?
Yeah, you can use even other models also, but from
Okay.
only random forest, you can use even other models. Or you can compare all the models, which is going to give you the best.
Best.
Random forest, okay, that is one of the ensembled model. But apart from random forest, even you can use bagging and boosting also may give you the better result.
Again.
Okay, so what it is doing is it's going to find it's predicting the likelihood of the customers defaulting on the bank loans, right? So actually this we can use home equity data set. So this is already available in Kaggle, home equity data set.
Okay. Home equity.
Yeah, HMEQ. The data set what we can use is HMEQ. So
Okay.
home equity data set. It is available in Kaggle. Okay. So this data set is having 12 attributes. Okay. So bad is the one attribute. So where the target variable indicating a loan default. One means defaulter, zero means he can repay. Next loan. Okay, so loan is again whether the amount of the loan can be approved. Next mortgage due. So amount of due on existing mortgage. Next value is nothing but current value of the property. Reason for the loan request. Next to job. Let me show you the data set.
But I have one more doubt in this finance or this loan default prediction.
Finance.
No, in this loan default prediction, I have one more doubt because day to day that interest rate will be going on high, right? So we'll be more focused on regression or classification, Akbar, in this scenario.
Classification only. 1 minute. Classification only. Regression means again it will become very small thing,
Okay.
regression. So hence, instead of going for
Regression will go for
regression, we'll go for a
classification.
classification. So that may give you.
Remember in this MLOps.
1 minute, 1 minute. I'm showing this
Okay.
data set in this project as well. So this is the data set as I mentioned. So this is the data set. Okay. So we have a bad means whether the the customer is going to be the defaulter. One means defaulter, zero means he can repay. Loan is nothing but the amount of the loan. Okay. Next, we have a mort mort due. Mort due means amount due on the existing mortgage. Value is nothing but the correct value of the property. Reason is nothing but for reason for the loan request. Example, a debit consolidation or home improvement.
Akbar, can you just tell me again what is this loan and what due?
Loan is nothing but amount of the loan approved.
Amount of the loan. What due?
Yes. Not due is nothing but amount due on existing mortgage.
Okay.
Okay, next value. Value is nothing but the current value of the property.
Okay.
Reason for the loan request. Why is requesting for the loan? So maybe going for home improvement or maybe going for a debt consolidation. There is a reason. Next job is the customer. What type of job the
Okay.
customer is having? Let's
Okay.
say whether he is a self-employed, whether he is a manager. Okay. Next, YOJ means year set present job. The DEROC means number of major derogatory reports. DELINQ is nothing but number of delinquent credit lines. Clause is nothing but age of the oldest credit line in the months. Next, we have a month. Month due means number of major derogatory reports. DELINQ is nothing but number of delinquent credit lines. Clause is nothing but age of the oldest credit line in the months. NINQ means number of recent credit inquiries. CLNO means number of existing credit lines. Next, debt income. Debt in means debt to income ratio. So here what we are doing is we are using logistic regression, decision tree, and random forest. We are using 3 classification algorithms. We'll use logistic regression. It's a statistical ML algorithm for binary classification. Decision tree is going to use as we split the data into subsets based on the feature values. Next, random forest. Random forest already it is one of the ensembled method that is used for constructing multiple decision trees. Okay.
Yes, sir. Good.
So I'll show you this implementation. So this is a data set. Okay. HMUK data set we are loading, and once we load the data set, we are finding out the shape. Shape means we are how many rows and columns, right? Next, we are seeing the data set. Next, if there are any missing values are there, we need to go for a pre-processing. So here there are some values are missing, so we'll go for pre-processing.
Please.
Okay, so you can see the missing values are except two all are missing, bad and loan, all the remaining values are missing, right? So we need to find what is the percentage of missing values. So 5% is missing for some columns on value, reason, job, place, and 4 columns having 10% missing, 1 column is having 20% missing. Okay, so now after that, what we do is we try to convert the data to the data types.
Okay.
Okay. I'll share this document anyway.
Okay.
So once we converted, we need to see the description. This what is max, what is min, what is count, what is standard deviation, what is first quartile, second quartile, third quartile. Okay, so this describe, it's going to give you the statistical information, right?
Yes.
So these are the statistical information. Count, mean, standard deviation, minimum. First quartile 25%, second quartile 50%, and 75%. That is third quartile, even maximum value, right? And once this is done, so this is all data pre-processing. Then we'll go for data exploratory analysis. How many numerical values are there? Okay. And how can we see the data? So is there any uh, outliers are there? So this is a box plot basically used to find the outliers in the data set. Okay. Next we'll go for, this is pure exploratory data analysis to see. Okay, so here these are the insights what we get from every attribute. If you see loan has a skewed distribution to the right. So means there are skewed distribution means there are a many number of outliers are there. If it is normally distributed, then there are no outliers. If it is distributed skewed means one side heavy. So it is nothing but we have a outliers, right?
Yes.
Next, multitude also having skewed distribution means it is also having outliers. So value and
Suppose we are
YOG.
comparing this with the mean,
Yeah,
with the
yes,
mean value of loan.
yes, mean only, because this outliers always we need to go with respect to mean only. So if the data is distributed properly with respect to the mean, so it means there are no outliers.
Okay.
If there is any skew, so then we can say there are some outliers. Okay.
Okay. We'll use this blocks plot, right? Any other plots we can use, Akbar, to
Yeah. Box plot only. Mostly we'll
block.
use box plot to go for this is a box plot. Okay.
Okay.
And of course, we'll use histogram. Histogram and box plot will be used for finding out the outliers.
Outliers.
Here I have written a description also. Okay. Even the project description also I given at the beginning. Okay, what is loan default protection? So what is the use of this project? Everything I wrote here.
Okay.
I'll share this document. Okay. Because it is a notebook only, so we can write whatever we want, even description, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is what next we'll go for different types of analysis. So this is a count plot. Already count plot is nothing but how many records are there with respect to, okay. As I mentioned, the reason. This is a count plot for the reason, right? So how many customers are asking for home improvement and how many customers are asking for a debt?
Yep.
Okay. I mentioned in the reason. Reason is nothing but reason for the loan request. Maybe home improvement or debt consolidation, right?
Yes, sir.
So here 65.9% people are using for debt consolidation and 29.30% of the people are using for a home improvement. Okay. And what type of people are applied for the loan? So it's depending on the role or depending on the designation. How many managers are there? How many officers are there? How many other people are there? How many property executives are there? How many sales managers are there? And how many self-employed are there? Okay. Understood?
Yes, Akbar.
Okay. This is depending on the job profile. So depending on the job profile, how many people are applied for a loan?
This is all comes under EDA only, Akbar.
Yeah, EDA, yes, exploratory data analysis. We are going to find the outcome or dependent attribute with respect to many independent attributes. Okay. The
Okay.
previous one is with respect to the reason. This one is with respect to the job. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next one is how many people are paid and how many people are not paid.
Right.
Means how many are defaulters and how many are repaying
Okay.
in the entire data set, right?
Yes.
So here if you see, so there are 19.9% people are defaulters and 80.1% people are non-defaulters. Okay. So next we'll go for different with respect to two attributes. If I do with respect to one attribute, then I can say it is univariate analysis. In exploratory analysis, we'll do different types of analysis. One is univariate and bivariate. Univariate means with respect to one attribute. Bivariate means with respect to two attributes. Okay. Two continuous variables. This is a multivariate with respect to more than two variables. Okay.
The scatter plot, Akbar, is
Yes. So if there are any missing values are there, we need to add other columns in the data set for every thing. Okay, next we need to replace this missing values, imputation. So imputation means missing values I need to replace with the mean median mode, right? So if it is a numerical value, I can replace with the mean and median. If it is a categorical value, I can replace with the mode. Right? Now the data set is having 0 null values for every column. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Na?
Yes, Akbar.
Okay. Next we'll see all the attributes. Okay. Now we need to, if there are any missing values are there, you can drop them.
Okay.
And now we need to separate the data, independent and dependent data. So here dependent data is nothing but bad. That is 0 or 1. 0 means non-defaulter, 1 means defaulter. Okay. And of course, we'll go for scaling. Scaling is reducing the range of the data. Next, we are going for splitting. Next, we'll go for evaluation. Okay, so here we are building the logistic regression model.
Akbar, what is this plot?
This is a confusion matrix.
Confusion.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
this is a confusion matrix for the given attributes. This is also confusion matrix. You'll get a matrix, right? It is which type of problem? It is a binary, right?
Yes, Akbar.
Binary means we'll get 2 by 2 matrix, right?
Akbar, for regression, we
For regression,
like what kind of matrix we are gonna get?
no, regression, there is no matrix actually. Only for classification, we'll
Classification.
get confusion matrix. For regression, we'll get only mean square error, root mean square error, and R square error.
Okay.
Only for classification, we'll get a confusion matrix.
Confusion matrix.
So that confusion matrix will give us true positives, false positive, true negative, false negatives.
Okay.
So this is 80% accuracy we got on test data. Even if you want, you can use other decision tree model that can be. Again, this is the confusion matrix for the decision tree. Next, we'll go for this is the decision tree. If you want, you can check performance and even training data as well. Next, random forest we are doing. So of course, we'll get the better accuracy for a random forest only. Model performance if we are comparing. Okay, you can see random forest. We are getting 100% accuracy. Decision tree we got 86.
86.
Okay. So what are all the insights we can gain? So this is a comparison report, which model is going to give us which accuracy. I'll share this notebook once. This is one of the major project. Okay, if you understand this project, then I think you can crack any interview. Okay. I given the in detailed explanation for every cell, what we are doing. If you understand this, then that is more than enough to crack any interview.
Okay. Akbar, Akbar, we won't use anywhere like clustering thing, right?
Clustering, we can use if you want, you can have some project and clustering. Okay, but the clustering, let's say, for example, uh, if you want, let's say, product recommendation,
Okay.
project like product recommendation, then maybe you can have a customers, then you can cluster them into different clusters. But for the people who are there in a single cluster, whose uh, similarity is same, for them we can recommend some product. Product recommendation,
Okay. I mean,
even
we'll just cluster them and we'll recommend the product, right?
uh, uh, based on the similarities, based on the likes and dislikes, and based on their interest. Okay, based on their history, we can cluster them into same group, and we recommend the product to the particular customers.
Okay.
Understood?
But here we can also use support vector machine, right?
Support vector machine, if you want, you can use. Okay.
Oh,
The classification models, we can use any.
anything.
It's not like only we are going to use decision tree or LR. LR, we used LR, logistic regression, because it is a binary classification problem.
Okay.
For binary classification problem, this logistic regression is mainly preferred. And
Okay.
random forest obviously will be the one of the ensembled model. And decision tree, so if you want to know out of all these attributes which will become high priority, so that's why we use these three models. It doesn't mean that we can't use other. If you want, you can extend this project. You can apply even other classification models as well.
We can use bagging and boosting also, right?
Yes, yes. Can use AdaBoost classifier. We can use wagging model. Even we can use Navi base.
Akbar, we cannot just say that only if we are like which classification, like if we use any logistic regression decision tree, like we'll get any output, like we cannot, without seeing data, we cannot just say try like that, right?
No, but actually based on the assumption. Let's say, for example, if there is mostly, as I mentioned, if there is any assumption,
Okay.
you're talking about a data set which is
Yes, imagine like if you have a loan
independent.
prediction, independent.
That the attributes are independent of each other. Maybe we can prefer to use Navi base.
Okay.
Okay, if it is very large data set, then maybe we'll try to use hybrid models like random forest.
Okay.
What is the binary classification? Maybe we can use
Logistic, right?
model like logistic regression.
Okay. Akbar, if attributes are dependent, then what we are going to use?
We'll use linear model. Linear model means even you can use KNN.
Okay.
Okay. So if you see uh, an iris data set, some attributes are looks like dependent.
Yes.
Supple and supple width, they are dependent actually. Means may not be fully dependent, but we can see some effect on change in supple and supple width on the outcome of
Better.
the model, right?
Yes.
So that type of data sets we can use can KNN.
Okay. Akbar, for a large data set, we can use decision tree also, right? In random forest decision
Yes,
tree.
yes, yes. The decision tree also we can use. Random forest also it's a type of decision tree, right?
Yes.
By default, it's a type of a collection of decision trees.
Akbar, for the fourth project, you have any documentation like Akbar
Which one?
for the ML ops?
Uh, so I'm sharing this.
Yes, Akbar.
I shared you the data set and as well as this notebook as well.
Okay.
Okay, na? I hope you
Yes, Akbar.
received, right?
Yes, yes.
Are you able to run that? Will you open this in Jupyter?
Just a minute.
Once you check if you are able to,
Yes, Akbar, I'm checking.
okay, are you able to open it?
Just a minute, Akbar, I'm just doing it.
Okay. Are you able to open it or not?
No, Akbar, I think I have to again install the Jupyter notebook, I think.
Jupyter, okay, okay. It's not there, huh?
No, Akbar.
Okay.
So using Google Collabs, I have to install it.
Yeah, okay. Even Colab also it will work.
Okay. So I have to paste that file over there, right?
Yeah, you need to you need to get it.
Yes, okay. Akbar, can you just share me that for MLOps, do you have anything like documentation like you just showed me for this one?
Sentiment analysis, huh?
Yes, Akbar.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And so first, you did you understand what it is doing?
Just a minute, Akbar. I just understood what is the process, what it is doing,
Okay,
but I didn't get it. What is it? Model for social media posts, right? For means
sorry.
that
What?
uh, we are analyzing a model for social media post, right?
Yes, yes.
Like what is that? I didn't get it.
So it's going to give you sentiment analysis. Okay. So based on sentiment analysis, did you gone through the definition, the project sentiment analysis pipeline? Okay.
Okay,
Sentiment analysis model for social media, and deploying it in a production environment. So if you are given any sentiment,
okay,
okay, so like maybe Twitter tweet or maybe some Facebook emojis. So based on that, it is going to give you the analysis.
okay.
Means whether it is a positive sentiment or negative sentiment or neutral sentiment like that.
Okay.
So that it is going to be used. Uh, let's say, for example, you are taking feedback in the retail or in e-commerce. You are taking feedback from the customer, right?
Yes, Akbar.
So maybe based on the brand reputation or maybe based on the customer opinion or maybe you can analyze the social media trends. So then what we need to do is we need to classify uh, the social media sentiment into
Okay.
categorical, like maybe positive or negative or neutral. Okay. Or even we need to identify the specific emotions, like whether it is joy or sadness or anger, right?
Okay. Oh, based on the post you're telling, right?
Yeah, yeah, based on post, it may be tweet or it may be
Be
Facebook post or it may be any type of social media
post.
post.
Okay.
Like how we are going to analyze uh, the public sentiment.
Okay.
Okay. Whether basically it's going to be used whether the customer is satisfied or not, right?
Yes, Akbar. Oh, Akbar, we are using a NLP over here, right? A natural language.
Yeah, NLP also we can use. Even without NLP also we'll do. We can use NLP as well.
Okay. If it's we are using NLP, it comes under deep learning, right?
No, 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 not deep learning. So NLP is only to analyze the text actually.
Okay.
Okay. So it is one of the text classification model that is going to analyze the customer's sentiment based on the reviews.
Okay.
Okay. Even if you want, you can use deep learning as well, but without deep learning also. So let's say, for example, we classified a mail spam or not spam, right?
Yes.
Okay. For that, actually, we didn't use any NLP. Even with ML also, we did it.
Yes.
Okay. So similarly, here also, we can use your ML model so that we can classify whether that particular sentiment comes under positive or negative or neutral, or maybe anger or okay. So maybe joy. All these are we can do.
Okay. Akbar, if I have not used NLP, if I'm using NLP, how to use these models you have given, right? SVM or BERT, and how to use that?
No, no. Only the thing is what we need to do is we need to go for converting the text into numerical data.
Okay.
So that is what actually, if you remember, when we do this email classification, spam or not spam.
Yes.
So what we did is we used the encoding process. Encoding means whatever the text which is available in a mail. So the
Okay.
text we converted into numerical format. Almost it's like how our label encoding is going to work. In a similar
Good.
way, it is going to work.
Okay.
Okay. So based on that, we can categorize whether it is a positive review or negative review or neutral review.
Okay.
If you want to extend this, you can extend with deep learning or even NLP also. If you don't want to extend further, you can use only pure ML model.
PRML model.
Yes.
Akbar, but you have given that models, right?
Yeah,
BERT
yeah.
and
Actually,
SVM.
yeah. The reason why I given is maybe if you want to include, you can include even because these all are basically the textual models. This but TF IDF anyway will use SVM already you know. So that's why
Yes.
you use SVM or BERT. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Akbar.
So BERT is actually it's one of the strongest text textual model.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, it is we are not doing anything in BERT. It is already pre-trained model only. Just if you want, you can use BERT. What we'll do is we need to divide the tokens. The text will be divided into tokens.
Okay.
Okay. And for every token, means for every word in the text, we'll try to identify a numerical vector.
For every word, we'll identify.
Yeah. Means because if the word is repeated, we'll get the same number for that, like how we did for label encoding.
Okay.
Label encoding also we did same, right?
For that email spam, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
Not only the email spam, even anywhere. Let's say when I want to convert the data into numerical format,
Okay.
but the data is in a data set is it's a categorical format. Then what we used a label encoder, right?
Yes, Akbar.
Similarly here also to convert our input is sentiment means maybe it is a feedback text, right? So for that we can use encoder. Encoder is basically will do the whatever the tweets we have, all the tweets we need to convert them into some numerical array. So by using
Okay.
your TF-IDF, term frequency, inverse document frequency.
Okay.
If we want, like if we want to do even with emojis or some other images, then we can include this deep learning.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes they may not enter the text. Instead of entering text, they make you some emojis, right?
Yes.
So if you want to include that emojis also in sentiment, then we can go for deep learning.
Deep learning. Okay.
Otherwise, if I don't want to include that, then you can go with ML only.
Okay, Akbar. So deep learning is only with the images, right?
Yeah, mostly with images and videos.
Okay.
Of course, even you can apply deep learning even for normal data sets also. Whatever we used,
Okay. We can use the deep learning also for the data.
yes, we can use. but mostly we may not need it.
Okay. Akbar, do you have any documentation for this, Akbar?
Which one?
For this sentiment?
Yeah, yeah, I'll share you.
Okay.
I think so. So maybe I'll share you. Whatever I may share with even I may share with Samir. Okay.
Oh, this sentiment.
Or Ari, if you have your mail ID, you give me mail ID so that I'll share. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But this bank loan defaulter is there now.
Yes.
So this is very big project, and even if you understand this entire project, definitely can understand entire things.
Okay.
If you are going for
Akbar,
a
I shared this.
mail ID, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, okay, I'll do that.
Akbar, in this, hello.
Yeah, yes.
Akbar, yeah, like I've just seen some of the interviews, like they in the SQL perspective. Okay,
Mm.
they're going to give you some scenario-based questions on SQL, and they'll write you to ask some queries, right?
Mm.
Even those roles are for they are those roles are also like data analyst and all.
SQL, you must be familiar with at least basic SQL, how to
Okay,
create a table, how to write some query, and how to update the database, how to update the table,
okay,
how to uh, add some columns, like altering. Basically, crude operations are very important as far as the SQL is concerned. Means
yes, sir.
create, insert, delete, update, read. So these five operations you must be familiar with either in MySQL or in SQL Server.
Okay. Akbar, but how is our their role different from my role, Akbar?
No, no. Sometimes there may be in data analyst position, they may be ask you to uh, do this data pre-processing through SQL. That is the reason why they may ask you SQL actually, because
Okay,
even the data scientist, sometimes you may not get the data straight away from uh,
database.
CSV. Whatever the data sets we are using CSV,
Yes.
we may not get the data from CSV. So we may get it even sometimes from the databases like SQL, MySQL, or Oracle, right?
Okay, okay,
So that is the reason why they may ask you to, you must be familiar with the database as well.
okay. So we'll filter it there only, and we are gonna get the data.
Hmm. Yes, yes.
Okay, Akbar. Okay,
And even you may need to store the data in the database as well once pre-processing is done.
okay,
Maybe further usage in future.
okay. So you're just literally telling that we'll do the data pre-processing in the database itself.
Oh, even on with database, but pre-processing maybe you can do by using Python libraries. But once the pre-processing is done, maybe you need to store the data in the database so that it can be used for other people of your team who are going to work on the same data.
Okay. Akbar, in next week we can just go live, right? This.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, once you are having some more clarity on this,
Okay.
you can go for live.
But like, what kinds of rounds will be there? Only two rounds, right?
Where here
No, in the live interviews.
means you're talking about companies, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, mostly you have two rounds. Yes.
Both are technical or it is project discussion. It will be Akbar.
Project discussion, my project discussion, technical and project discussion will be there.
In both two rounds also.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, but then we'll just
Okay.
take a leave.
I'll share this
Okay.
okay, that sentiment analysis documentation as well.
Okay, Akbar.
But we need to spend more time on this so that I understand.
Okay.
I hope you're attending deep learning classes, right?
Deep learning classes, Akbar. No, Akbar. This is only like heavy. Like I have to revise again.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay. So I'll share the document.
Yes, Akbar.
Okay,
Okay. Bye, Akbar.
okay.